History and background. Ukrainian Easter uniquely follows two calendars, both Julian and Georgian, which explains why Orthodox and Catholic Ukrainians often celebrate on different dates. These celebrations trace back to ancient pagan spring festivals, but transformed when Ukraine embraced Christianity in the 10th century. The heart of the tradition is the blessing of Easter baskets filled with paska, sacred Easter bread, and other traditional foods. These customs proved remarkably resilient. Even during Soviet times when religious practices were banned, families secretly blessed their Easter foods at home to keep their heritage alive. Ukrainian Easter became far more than just a religious observance. Throughout periods of oppression, these traditions helped preserve Ukrainian identity and culture. The moment Ukraine gained independence, Easter celebrations burst into the open again, showing just how deeply these customs are cherished. While sharing some common ground with Western celebrations, like church services and family gatherings, Ukrainian Easter stands apart through its blend of ancient customs and Christian traditions, making it a powerful symbol of both faith and cultural preservation that continues to thrive today.
So when is Easter celebrated in Ukraine? As previously mentioned, Easter in Ukraine is typically celebrated on 2 different days, as Orthodox Ukrainians follow the Julian calendar and Catholics follow the Gregorian calendar. Despite this, there are years in which the 2 dates align, such as that of the upcoming Easter on April 20th of 2025. There are plenty of traditions and cultural customs that surround the Easter holiday in Ukraine, many of which start before the holiday itself. In preparation for Easter, people typically practice Lent, which is a 6-week fast where they are refrained from eating any animal products, such as that of milk, meat, or any other dairy. In addition, there's also what is known as the Holy Week. This is the week right before Easter and begins with Verbna Nedelia, also referred to as Willow Sunday, and commonly known by Westerners as Palm Sunday. This is a date in which people bring willow branches to a church to be blessed by a priest to symbolize the palm branches used to greet Jesus Christ. And finally, the Lent fast is broken on Easter Sunday, typically by eating the pisanki first and then feasting on a wide assortment of food like meat, cheese, and pasta.
Ukrainian pisanki. It's the art of creating intricately decorated Easter eggs. The word pisanki actually comes from the Ukrainian word pisati, which means to write, because these designs are written onto eggs with wax. This tradition began before Christianity reached Ukraine. During the last week of Lent, women would gather to create these stunning eggs using a special tool called the kitska. They would carefully layer wax and dyes, building their designs from light to dark colors. Every element of a pisanki has meaning. Red represents happiness and hope, yellow symbolizes harvest, green stands for spring, and black represents eternity. The patterns themselves tell stories. Waves show harmony, stars represent beauty, and geometric patterns are believed to offer protection. These aren't just decorative items. Pisanki are powerful gifts meant to bring good fortune and protect homes from evil. Different designs are created for different recipients. Simpler patterns for children, symbols of love and marriage for young women. While modern materials have replaced some traditional techniques, pisanki continue to be a vibrant symbol of Ukrainian cultural heritage, preserving centuries of artistry and meaning in each carefully crafted egg.
Krashanki are traditional Ukrainian Easter eggs dyed in solid, vibrant colors. Unlike pisanki, which involve intricate designs created with the wax-resistant method, krashanki are simpler in decoration but rich in symbolism. Krashanki are typically dyed using natural dyes made from plants and other organic materials. The name krashanki comes from the Ukrainian word krasety, which means to decorate or to color. Among natural dyes used for coloring, the most common are onion skins for red and brown, beet juice for reddish and purple, turmeric for yellow, and red cabbage, which produces blue. Krashanki are an important part of Ukrainian Easter traditions and are usually included in Easter baskets for blessings. One of the most popular traditions is the Easter egg fighting game, where people strike their eggs against each other, trying to crack the opponent's egg, keeping their own intact. Krashanki, with their simple yet meaningful decoration, complement the intricate designs of pisanki, together enriching the Ukrainian Easter tradition. These beautifully colored eggs, created with care and natural dyes, hold deep symbolic meanings and are cherished during the Easter festivities. Easter in Ukraine features a variety of traditional foods that reflect the country's rich heritage. These dishes not only delight the senses, but also carry important symbolic meanings. Paska. It's a grand circular braided bread that serves as the centerpiece of Ukrainian Easter celebrations. The bread features intricate braided designs on top and is often decorated with religious symbols, representing the joy and renewal of Easter. Paska is blessed at church and holds a place of honor in the Easter basket. Ham and sausage. These represent the main meat dishes of the Easter feast, symbolizing abundance and celebration after the Lenten fast. Traditional Ukrainian Easter sausage is often homemade with pork and special spices, while the ham is typically glazed and serves as a centerpiece protein for the feast. Cottage cheese and butter. These dairy products are placed in small decorated containers as part of the Easter basket blessing ritual. Fresh cottage cheese and butter symbolize the prosperity and bounty of spring, often molded into decorative shapes like lamps for the celebration. Kanapki. These are elegant, open-faced sandwiches that showcase various toppings arranged in artistic patterns. Kanapki typically feature combinations of meats, cheeses, vegetables, and garnishes, creating a visually appealing appetizer that's both festive and delicious. Holubtsi. These below stuffed cabbage rolls are filled with a mixture of rice, meat, and savory seasonings, then baked in a tomato-based sauce. Holubtsi represent comfort food at its finest and are a staple at Ukrainian celebrations, including Easter feasts. Nalisniki. Delicate Ukrainian crepes that are typically filled with sweetened cottage cheese or other savory fillings. These thin, golden pancakes can be served either as a breakfast item or dessert during Easter celebrations, showcasing the versatility of Ukrainian cuisine. Platsok. A spectacular layered cake bar that serves as the grand finale to the Easter feast. This elaborate dessert features multiple layers of cake, cream, chocolate, and fillings like poppy seeds, nuts, or fruits. It requires significant time and skill to prepare, making it a special occasion treat that families look forward to throughout the year.
Some cross-cultural connections between America and Ukraine. For the differences, America, we have the Easter Bunny as the central cultural symbol, as the gift gifter. Our Easter baskets are filled with candy, chocolates, and small toys. The well-known Easter egg hunt, used with plastic eggs as a community and family activity. And then the special commercialization of this holiday that many businesses and companies partake in. And then kind of the term Easter Sunday best when going to church is another American identity with Easter. And then for Ukraine, Pashka and the blessing of food are essential rituals. The calendar celebrations both follow the Julian and Gregorian calendars, honoring both. Pisanki traditions hold deep symbolic and cultural significance and has a unique historical role in preserving Ukrainian identity during a time of oppression. And all of these traditions are strictly followed to preserve and honor the meaning behind it, and rituals passed down through generations. For example, the women passing down the skills of drawing on the eggs using wax and coloring them, and the significance of the symbols were passed down to women, which I think is pretty cool. And then for the similarities between both this is both a Christian celebration of Christ's resurrection as the core religious meaning. Family gatherings are centered around special holiday meals, which are seen in both. And then the church is a focal point for celebration for this holiday.
Alright, so first I began by filling up my pot with water so that I could hard boil the egg. Next, put the egg in the water, turn it on, and wait for it to come to a boil. Once it comes to a nice boil, let it sit for about 11 to 14 minutes so that it becomes hard. And then, in the meantime, I got my dye ready. I went with the color red, because red is significant of happiness and hope. Alright, next, put the egg inside the dye and stir it a little bit until you're ready to take it out. It should look something like this. And the biggest mistake I made was putting it on this paper, and you'll see why. Okay, now actually the design of my egg. So as I said, I went with the red base for happiness and hope. And for the symbols, I went with geometric patterns, which are significant of protection from evil. So I broke it into 4 quadrants and focused on a geometric pattern or shape per quadrant. And the final product, unfortunately, didn't come out as good as I hoped because, well, I left the egg to dry on the paper and it kind of came out spotty, taking some, of the dye from the egg.
I want to show you how to make krashenki using food coloring instead of natural dyes. First, I hard-boiled the eggs. Then, to prepare a dye, I simply added boiling water into a bowl for each color. I added 1-2 tablespoons of vinegar to the water and then the food coloring. For this video, as you see, I'm using blue and yellow dye. I dipped my eggs into it and after less than 30 seconds, removed them and set aside to dry. Although krashenki are usually one solid color without any symbols, I decided to add a few for this video. I'm not an artist, so please don't judge me harshly. So for the blue egg, I choose to draw 2 ears of wheat, which in Ukrainian culture symbolizes prosperity and the cycle of life. As for the yellow egg, I chose to draw a trident, the national symbol of Ukraine, representing strength and independence. And of course, to honor a beloved tradition, we will strike our eggs against each other. Oh, it looks like the trident one.